Today, my topic actually is security. You may wonder why Arista here. Arista actually is a network company. We do the cloud data center. We do the campus, but why today you are here for the security topic? Okay, let me explain to you. So first, who is Arista? You heard about Cisco. We are the big competitor with Cisco. We are we're leading the data center solution. Even if you talk about like a 10G, 40G, 100G, 400G, we are leader. Now today, we also got the security here. Before I talk about this NDR solution, I want to share one story about Arista. We do the POV for one of finance customer. This is in New York. So actually, in that time, Arista just put our NDR solution, meaning we just put some appliance in the network. We try to collect some traffic in the network. Then after 1 week, 2 weeks, we find some attack. What's that attack? Actually, the attack from some IP phone is Polycom phone. Very special. And that Polycom phone and attack only happen in the VIP, the room, the boss, the room. Because they always have some conference call, right? We realize for that IP phone, always send some message, upload some file, recording file to the Gmail, public cloud. Okay, then we report this scenario actually to our customer. They do the investigation. Then in the end, they find someone actually try to stealing the data or either record data from the IP phone. Okay, why this? The customer also try to check, right? Find this IP phone access the public cloud about 1 year ago. So why this thing happened 1 year ago, but no one just noticed this? Okay, all we know when we talk about security, everybody sees the firewall, IPS, some EDR solution, right? Like a traditional product like firewall, IPS, they always protect your network from the attack from outside. But for just now, I mentioned the scenario, right? Actually, attacker is from your inside your network. Okay, and same time, you can see for this attack, actually no more wells. Because this is quite normal. Because that attacker just enabled the debug mode on the Polycom phone. Try to send the data. They do some modification. So there are no more wells. So if you install any like the IPS or some tools, right, try to find this attack. Also, it's quite challenge. Then we also find this IP phone is not the PC, it's not your handphone, it's not like have the Windows operating system. You can install the EDR, the tools, right? This is just the IP phone. You cannot install any agent. You cannot collect the telemetry data from this IP phone. Okay, this kind of devices like IoT devices we call unmanaged devices in security world. If your endpoint, you can install some agent. You want to protect that device, it's quite simple. Because you install some agent, you can monitor, you can detect that. But if for some devices, you cannot install anything, then how you to manage? Correct. That's why we need to capture some data from these devices. And also, for this attack, all the traffic is actually encrypted. Is through some SSL. Actually, the TSL encrypts the data. Like for example, like the firewall or IPS, actually you cannot do the decap, then check whether it's attacked. In the end, this traffic, this IP phone try to upload the data to some like the non-good destination, like a Gmail, like some public cloud. If you go to the firewall, you check a firewall, the policy or logs, right? Logs is normal. I just saw some IP, just upload some file to Gmail or any public cloud. Maybe you think, oh, this is normal, it's quite normal, right? This is some reason why they take about 1 or more than 1 year, they cannot find this detect. Okay, so why Arista we find this? Because actually, as the network provider, right? So we have the switch, we have the router, we have a lot of things. Actually, we can do the S-floor, net floor, IP fix. We can collect everything. But this is just like the 5 tuple. It's not real data, right? We only can see for how many traffic in the networks. We don't know, we know how much, but we don't know whether this traffic actually have some security concern, is the attack or something, right? That's why we need another tools. Actually, on top of this traffic, right, we need to do some analysis. We need to analyze the traffic based on the behavior. How Arista do that? Okay, first, we do 2 things like commonality and frequency. These 2 things are very important because all the attack actually is the network, like the traffic, right? Will pass through the network, will pass through the call switch, access switch, even the firewall. Then we have many tools. Even Arista, we have some DMF solution. We can collect the traffic from your network. You can have analyzer to analyze the traffic, but before you analyze, you need to do a lot like the if it's a TSL the traffic, right, uncap the traffic, you cannot do too much, right? But for Arista, we find a way we use some behavior. Which kind of behavior? For example, if we saw a lot of network activity is more common and more frequency. For example, your staff go to the office, maybe they use a handphone, use a Wi-Fi network, access Gmail, or use a laptop, access Gmail. This is very normal, right? Even do some patching. This traffic, more common and high frequency, right? Then also have some special department in your company. For example, like some work group, right? For this kind of group, maybe like an engineering team or sales team, they have some special application or server. For this kind of application, the traffic we call less common and less frequency. Not like the Gmail, maybe every day, some video, the traffic is right. We just use this model, then we go down, we find some traffic. We find some traffic is unusual traffic, is not common. And this traffic just happen in certain time, maybe repeatedly happen. This traffic we can unusual traffic. For Arista, we collect all the traffic. Then we have some AI, some machine learning. We try to find this traffic. Then from this traffic, based on our experience, not all this kind of traffic is bad. But of course, if something happen, attack, definitely will be inside here. Okay. So once we narrow down the traffic, what's the next? How Arista can doing? Okay. Actually, we do few things. This is our NDR, the architecture. First, actually, we collect the traffic from campus data center or any cloud. This, we need some the sensors. We put the sensors in your network. We collect the traffic from your network. Even for Arista, if you don't use the sensor, right, you don't put the sensor, the physical box, you can use Arista switch as the sensor. This is our advantage. You don't need to deploy additional appliance. You just use Arista switch. If you use the DC or campus, switch can be the sensor. So we collect all the traffic, and this traffic will be full traffic, full packet. Why we need a full packet? Because when we do the investigation, right, we need to replay the traffic. We need to open the packet, check in the end, which kind of traffic is because we need a security team to do the analysis. So we need to just download the traffic. That's why for the sensor, actually, we can save the traffic. Once we have the traffic, we base the traffic, do some the 5 tuple analyze. Hey, this session or this user have so many activity. We come out the activity list. Then we upload this information to our nucleus, this NDR. Then we have machine learning inside. We have some advanced modeling. We have some language, do some query. Based on all the activities, then we find out the attack. They give you some the warning, some report. Then the security team can follow up from there. Okay, so you can see here, we have few components here. First, reversal modeling. This actually is some language actually running on this nucleus. This language will search the network activity from here, then give your report. Then before we search, right, we need to identify all the devices. But when we identify the devices, we are not choose the IP address. We choose some like the username or some based on user like the fingerprinting. Then we do some grouping, profiling. Okay, because some PC, right, they got the Wi-Fi wireless NIC card, right? They also got the RG45 wire NIC card, but they belong to the same desktop or PC. So we use this way. In the end, actually we have the AVA. This is the AI-based expert. We will help you do the automation for the whole like the hunting and the investigation and the response. So this is our like the architecture. Then few example. Actually, this is our screen capture about NDR. You can see here. First, this we use the language modeling language to search all the network activity. We can see the source IP or destination IP. If you check this activity, this is very general. General like the access the 443, right? HTTPS. You cannot see anything. But if you based on this search, you will see this behavior is just happen rapidly, right? Is something wrong. Okay. Then if you go to more detail, you will see this past the bin. What's the application? This application actually help someone to share the text. They just copy the text to these tools or web UI. They share to another guys. For example, they just do some Word document. It's very trafficable. It's very difficult for them to upload the file, but they can copy paste this way to share outside. Okay, how we search this activity, our engineer, security engineer actually come out this like the language model. They just like the HTTP, then what's the destination, right? Some keyword, okay? Then whether it's non-browser, then once they match everything, then they search, get all the network activity. All this is the model is coming from our security team. This is the one example. Another example is, for example, this is about Telegram API. Normal for Telegram API is from the phone, right? But if this the API is coming from no phone is from the PC, probably is something wrong, right? A lot of hackers after the hack the PC, they can install the Python, the script, like the backdoor. They send some API, Telegram API, then control the PC. So we find this Windows PC actually access the Telegram API frequently, like this, right? So we need to investigate. We also use the modeling to search all this activity. Here, this is the example how they can send the share call or get the system information, then can run the applications here from that PC. They just send some message to the Telegram API, the interface. Okay, this help customer to find some the desktop or endpoint, which one is compromised by the hacker. All these cases actually we get from one of our POC, the result. Lastly, actually for Arista, the security, right, we have NDR, we have a lot of integration. We can integrate with EDR. Because NDR, we got network detection and response. Once we detect the hacker, right, how we do the response, we can work with the EDR. For example, CloudStrike. We can tell them, then they can disable the endpoint. We can tell Arista CloudVision, then change the switch configuration, disable some interface, or move this user to certain VLAN. We also can upload the logs to the SIEM system. Even we open the ticketing to the service node. Okay. Also have integration with some firewall vendors. Okay. In the end, actually, here show you the Forrester because we don't have the Gartner report. Sorry. Yeah, this is for Forrester actually report regarding Arista and yeah, actually also is the leader for here. Lastly, Arista for the security, yeah. NDR is one solution. Then Arista also have some the micro segmentation for zero trust, the NAC, the solutions, all is from our switch and some software portfolio. The benefits, why have the Arista NDR? We enhance network for the visibility, through the behavior, and the automation for the whole NDR the process, and integrate with some other vendors. Yeah, thank you.